Hey everybody, it's your favorite traveler in the entire world, Imani B, coming to you all with another video that is focused on self. These are all things that we need to do in order to level up ourselves. I think we spend so much time in the social media realm, in the content creator realm, in the influencer realm, figuring out how to level up our money and level up our space and level up, like other shit that doesn't necessarily make us better people. And I really want to devote this section to my channel on how it is that we level up mind, body, spirit. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that, I had as a goal, and I hit that goal for the first time ever in 2022 was to make six figures, right? I had this goal. I wanted to make at least $10,000 a month, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, I want to hit this goal, right? In the process, what I realized is that number one, I feel like we see so many six-figure gurus that are always saying, this is how you can do to make six figures. This is how you can do to make six figures. But nobody is telling you how to sustain yourself in making this money. What do you mean by that, Imani? Glad you asked. When you make that certain level of money, right, there are certain things that come with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think intentionality is key. So when I title this, the fact that, making six figures should not be a goal, it should not be a goal. You know what I'm saying? What I've done after making six figures, and this is how I'll break it down to y'all, okay? At the top of 2022, I had two full-time 9-to-5s, okay? I was working as a, copywriter for a specific company. I was working as a travel editor for another company. I was a weekend editor for a publication. And I'm not saying no names. I was a weekend editor for a publication, and I was writing once a month for a big brand's blog. So I was doing all of those things in addition to doing brand partnerships. And I think that's pretty much everything that I have been doing collectively. I'm sure I might be missing something that was a stream of income, but collectively I hit the six-figure mark. I'm not going to give you the exact amount, but I hit the six-figure mark, right? So in the process of hitting the six-figure mark, once again, I was burnt the hell out. I was burnt out because my intention was to make six figures. That was my intention. Everything that I was seeing on the internet, and not to say that I was easily influenced, but when you see things repeatedly and it's regurgitated repeatedly, you're like, you know what? There is a certain lifestyle that I want to live. Pin that note that I just said. There is a certain lifestyle that I want to live. Keep that in mind. Write it down, right? I'm going to say it a third time. There is a certain lifestyle that I want to live. Boom, okay? Then you think to yourself, if you're a parent, you're like, I want to spend more time with my child. I want to have more time to be able to do more things together, right? I want to have more time to do more things together, right? So in that process, I realized because I'm doing so much to hit the six figures, number one, I do not have enough time for my child, let alone myself, let alone washing my butt, brushing my teeth, putting the comb through this head. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not what the making of the six figures was supposed to be like. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was supposed to feel good that I've hit this financial threshold that I'm not sure how many people, even in my, immediate family, have been able to hit. I can pay my bills. Mashallah, I was extremely grateful for that. I can pay my bills. I can pay my son's tuition. I can travel on my own dime. As y'all know, I'm a travel journalist, so typically I don't travel on my own dime. But making a certain level of money, I'm like, I can travel on my own dime. But at the same time, it was like, well, when are you going to find the time? When are you actually going to find the time between two 9-to-5s, between, part-time editing this weekend, part-time writing for this place over here, and also freelance writing. I forgot about that. And also brand partnership. Like, when are you actually going to find the time? And so it's important to me to relay the message, because I'm like, there's so many people that I realize have made so much money off of y'all by selling y'all this dream that you want to get to the six-figure mark, right? But I'm going to flip it, right? It's not a matter that you want to get to the six-figure mark. That doesn't need to be the goal. The goal needs to actually be the lifestyle. So I'll give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, a good friend of mine asked me, and he said, Imani, like, what is your 5-year goal, And one of the things that I said was, you know what? I no longer have a financial threshold that I want to hit. Like, we all have this number, this imaginary number in our mind. For me, it was like, I want to hit $10,000 a month. I want to hit 6 figures. I want to hit da-da-da-da. Now, my intentionality is solely focused on the lifestyle that I want to live. And how much money that requires me to live that lifestyle, for me to be able to travel, because travel is indeed a love language of mine. It is my life and my lifestyle. I will not change that. I will not apologize for it. Being able to spend time with my son, being able to have time to myself, being able to do things like self-care, get my nails done, get my feet done, get my hair done, and all of the things. There's a certain threshold of a lifestyle that I want to live. And so therefore, I welcome abundantly whatever that threshold of money is that requires me to maintain that lifestyle. And I think that's the most important thing and the key thing that we miss, because we're so focused on the money, but we're not focused on the attainment of the lifestyle and the things that we truly, truly want out of the money. Because ultimately, I was making the 6 figures. I was making the threshold of money that I wanted to make. But I couldn't necessarily live the lifestyle that I wanted to live, because I couldn't necessarily just pick up and go where I wanted, because I had to work. I couldn't necessarily go to my son's swim practice after school because somebody's on Slack. We got a Zoom meeting for this thing. We got a this for this thing. You know what I mean? Every third weekend, I was on somebody's clock because I was an editor for their publication. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm doing it. With all of those things, when did I actually have the time? So for me, I think that it's important to decipher the difference between, having an income threshold as a goal and changing the mindset and saying, okay, my goal is actually that I want to take at least 5 trips a year. I want to go to 5 places I've never been in 1 year. And abundantly manifesting, praying about, and writing down and being intentional about that particular goal. And everything else will fall in line. You know what I'm saying? I want to drive this particular car. I want to eat at this particular restaurant. I want to buy myself 2 luxury bags next year. And whatever it is that is the income threshold for you to get there, it will come because it changed the mindset. Because you can make a lot of money. You can. You know what I mean? We are really in a generation where, obviously right now we're in a recession, but there's 1,000,006 ways to make money. And there are a lot of people who have figured out recipes in order to do so. But I think it's kind of unfair to share with you all, like, how they did it if you don't come from similar circumstances. And what do I mean by that? You got all of these breaking the tech girls and guys, that have some really interesting circumstances that are not similar to yours. Not saying that you can't break into tech, but just saying that the reality is that it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. That might not be your way of making it into 6 figures. Maybe content creation is your way of making it into 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? But also, content creation ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's important for us to decipher and compartmentalize a lot of things, because we've entered this generation where it's like a one-size-fits-all and everybody can just do everything. And I just feel like that's just so disingenuous to sell to you. Because I tell people all the time, you can't necessarily do what I do. I don't necessarily tell people that expatriation, moving abroad, living outside of the United States or wherever it is that you're from with a child or a family is better or beneficial for you. It's not for everybody. And I never come on here trying to sell it like it's for everybody. So, ultimately what this video is doing for me is sharing with you that, yeah, I did make that 6 figures. And I had to increase my sessions with my therapist. And I had to really get clear on, Imani, what exactly do you want? Like, what do you really want? It's not necessarily the 6 figures that you want. It's a certain lifestyle that you want to live. It's a certain amount of time that you want to have available. It's a certain amount of sessions that you want to do with your therapist. It's a certain amount of trips that you want to take a year. It's a certain amount of clothes that you want to have in your closet. No shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I deserve these things. As a Black woman, I feel like we should never apologize for us wanting anything, including material things. Certain type of car you want to drive, go get it, sis. Go get it, because you deserve it. The ancestors have paid it. And I say that all the time. Our ancestors have done enough work and toil and have been beat up and beat down and unalived and, and so many other inhumane things that our generations deserve what it is that we're calling #soft life. I also define soft life for myself. As Audre Lorde once said, define yourself for yourself. And I feel like soft life doesn't have to be one thing. Soft life for me is this. I'm literally at this resort. I could do 150 things. I've been in the bed the majority of the day. That is soft life to me. The shirt I got on, y'all, it ain't even ironed, okay? I'm just hiding it with my headscarf. I've literally been in my room the whole day. I've had my windows open. I've allowed the sun to shine in on me. And I ain't doing too much. I could be sitting by the pool. I could be drinking a little mocktail. You know what I'm saying? Pina colada, hold the rum. I could be doing a whole host of things. But soft life for me is rest. Soft life for me is listening to my body when my body says, sit the hell down. You're doing too much. And I had to learn that through going through, this process of having this income threshold and realizing that I hated it. I hated what it is that I had to do or felt like I had to do, right? Because we ain't got to do it. But felt like I had to do in order to attain that threshold of money. And what I'm telling y'all is that change the mindset of the goal. Don't make the 6 figures the goal. Make yourself the goal. Make the betterment of your wholeness the goal. Make your mental health the goal. Make the lifestyle that you deserve. Make the lifestyle that you deserve the goal. And whatever it is that God and the universe needs to do to conspire to make it happen, it is going to come. And let me tell you something else, because everybody makes things look so easy. It's not the easiest. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've been through many ebbs and flows with finances over the years. Many ebbs and flows. Y'all know my story about living in Wuhan, China. Maybe I'll update y'all on that. But I was there at the height of the pandemic. Literally leaving the majority of the material things that I worked hard for to attain for myself, for my son, and his father. I worked hard for those things. Gone in 60 seconds. But it doesn't mean that you are not allowed to still feel like you deserve the things. Just don't let it overpower you. Just don't let the goal of the threshold of the money overpower you. Just don't let somebody else's appeared lifestyle entice you so much that you forget the magic and the majesty that's you and your own life and lifestyle. So ultimately, that's the point that I just really wanted to hit y'all with today, because I see so much of this content, and I see people, getting laid off left and right, but because they done sold y'all making these six-figure lifestyles and, breaking into certain industries or content creation or how you can increase this and how you can do that. They've sold you their courses. They sold you their ebooks. They sold you. They've made more money off of you than they did on their 9 to 5. And even though they no longer work at these companies, or they no longer are, doing this type of content, because you see it all the time. All of a sudden, beauty gurus ain't beauty gurus no more. They self-help gurus. The travel influencer girls ain't the travel influencer girls. Now they doing home decor. It's like, wait a minute. But they made so much money off of y'all selling you a pipe dream, and it's no shade. But sometimes that's what it feels like, and that's what it is, and I'm going to call it spade a spade, that they can continue to, monetize and make a certain living and live a certain way while you're still trying to catch up. So for me, my message to you is don't play catch up. Don't, play behind somebody else. Yeah, you can obviously gravitate towards people you feel like are sharing their life and their stories and realities that to the best of your knowledge. You don't know some of these people in real life to know whether they're, whether they lying or not. But I just say use discernment in the people that you do follow and be inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? Be inspired by it. Like when you see someone's content or when you see someone's self-help, even if you're watching this video, if you're not inspired by it and you feel down by it, turn this off. I literally have taken the time to go through my social media feeds and specifically just stop following people that at any point, like I feel any kind of toward. Because I want to feel good about what I see. And I want to feel good about what I see in me. And I don't want to look to what somebody else has and feel like I need to attain something that they have. I want to have my own mind, my own vision, my own goals, my own aspirations, and things that I'm working towards that are solely mine. And they may align with somebody else's, but I think it's always better to go into things very evergreen and know what it is that you want for yourself. And so when it comes down to an income threshold, throw that out the window for 2023 and beyond. We throwing income thresholds out of the window. We are focused on time, lifestyle, circumstances, whatever those things are, write those things down. This is what I want for myself. I am going to buy a house by this. Affirm it. I am going to get this specific type of car in May. Affirm it. I am going to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in such and such an area by such and such a date. Affirm it. Be intentional about it. Be exact about it. And I promise you, if you believe it in your mind, your body, your spirit, if you are a prayerful person and you pray on it, if you are a manifesting person and you manifest it and you write it down and you say it out loud, I promise you, those things will begin to materialize, or at the very least, you will start to see the building blocks in what you need to do to attain it. And it won't have to do with no 6-figure threshold. So don't forget, if you've seen this video and you really love this video, like I said, I am back in these YouTube streets. I'm going to continue these YouTube and, focus this part of my channel on self-love and self-care, mind, body, and spirit, and all the things that I have really just been working on myself. Like as I'm talking to y'all, I'm really talking to me and to keep myself in check and to keep my goals and my aspirations and the things that I need to do for myself and my son. Keep them in line with what it is that I've been, intentional about in this past year and the past couple of years, to be honest. So, don't forget, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. The links are down there in my bio. If you're a business person, you can follow me on LinkedIn. But also, don't forget to hit the bell so you can get the notifications when I have more videos. And also, please subscribe to my channel, y'all, because I'm really intentional about making content that makes people see themselves and in a very holistic and organic way. And that's what I want for this side of my channel. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Please feel free to comment how you felt about this video, and I will see y'all later.